Welcome to the weekly San Jose State football press conference. Today is September the 17th. This week, San Jose State University gets to take its first air travel trip to San Diego to face the San Diego State Aztecs Saturday, September the 22nd. Game time is 5 p.m. The game will be televised locally by KUSI out of San Diego. We'll provide more television information during the week, so check back on www.sjsuspartans.com for that information. Reminder that Wednesday, September the 19th, the Mike MacIntyre show is taped at Original Joe's for broadcast later that evening on KLIV. Several awards based on last week's 40-20 win over Colorado State. First of all, punter Harrison Wade was recognized by the College Football Performance Awards. Honorable mention punter of the week. Linebacker Vince Buhagiar, WAC Defensive Player of the Week. 2 weeks in a row for San Jose State defensive player to be named WAC Defensive Player of the Week. And then quarterback David Fales with a pair of recognitions. Honorable mention this week, Davey O'Brien Award. And also, he is one of 8 named to the Manning Award Stars of the Week for the quarterback position. Those of you who follow San Jose State football can vote for David for the Manning Award Player of the Week via the awards Facebook program. So now we'll call in another award winner for San Jose State, head coach Mike MacIntyre.
I have no idea what award that is. Real quick, I thought we had a great effort at Colorado State. It was our kids had a lot of fun playing. I thought Colorado State did an excellent job. I knew Coach McElwain and Coach Baldwin would pull something out of the back of their pocket, and they did in the beginning of the second quarter. They did a little bit more empty stuff than they had shown. Once our kids kind of understood what they were doing, we got over the sidelines, and they really listened well. And having older players that have played a lot, you can make quick corrections, and they can get it corrected within the course of the game. And that's a lot of fun. That's where the experience factor really comes in, and they don't panic, and they understand what you're talking about, and you tweak a couple little things, and it really helps you. And that really helped us play well from the end of the second quarter through the whole rest of the game after we figured out what they were doing in the second quarter there. But I thought it was a great effort by our receivers, our quarterback. They had great nights, and Kyle Nunn's reverse pass, great call by Brian Lindgren, and the reverse pass worked out really well for us, and kind of broke their back and finished the game off. So it was a lot of fun. The crowd was really loud and exciting, and our kids had a blast playing. We're looking forward to going to San Diego. This is a fellow CSU school. It is important for us. Our kids are really pumped about playing in this game, and we look at it as a big deal anytime we're playing a school within our system. The presidents see each other at dinners and meetings a bunch of times during the year, so it's a little bit of a rivalry thing as it goes, and we're looking forward to playing in the game. They've had a very, very good program. They've got some really good football players, got a lot of speed on offense, on defense. They're aggressive and get after it with Rocky's 3-3 scheme that he runs. It's going to be a very, very tough test for us. And we've got a lot of kids from down in that area that play on our team, and I know they're excited kind of about going back home, so to speak, for those kids, playing in front of family, friends, and high school buddies. So it'll be a tough test, and we'll head down and to San Diego on Saturday evening. I'll take any questions at this time.
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about Vince's game on Saturday and the award that he received?
Yeah, Vince played really, really well. Vince is a very, very good football player for us. Had a phenomenal freshman year and then had a shoulder injury that he played his entire sophomore year with after the first game. And it kind of limited him a little bit last year during this early in the season. and then he fought through it and played really well at the end of the year. We got him operated on right after the season was over, and he's a new man out there. Nothing hurts when he hits, and he's able to play and react, and he's played a lot of football. We always expect Vince to play well, and he's played well in the first 3 games, and he had some big plays Saturday evening.
Through 2 games, San Diego State's defense had been holding teams down, and then gave up 41 last week. You guys have 2 straight games of scoring 40. Do you start, maybe after that performance, start seeing some weaknesses, maybe some stuff you can start attacking and try to have another big offensive performance for you guys?
Well, we'd like to keep our offense performance going. Rocky and their staff and their players, they'll correct some of the things they did. North Dakota has a very good quarterback, and the FCS era, he can run, he can throw, and he made a lot of plays. And I think that his ability with his feet and his arm made some plays in the game. While they were able to score a few points. But I think they're very, very good on defense, and I think they'll have it honed up and ready to go.
Coach, obviously there have been a lot of meetings between San Diego State and San Jose State, but in the recent meetings, how do the recent meetings between the 2 schools compare to this game coming up this week?
Well, I don't know. This is my first experience in this rivalry. I'm glad we're back playing each other. I know that I do know we haven't beat them there since 1950. 1952 is the last time San Jose State's won in San Diego, so we need to find a way to correct that. Yes.
The offensive line has been pretty banged up. How did you feel their performance was last week?
I thought the offensive line fought gallantly. They protected the passer good. We had a couple little mistakes. I thought we were able to run the ball well at times, and I was very pleased with how those young guys stepped in there and played. Wes Schweitzer, Amar Powell, I thought did a very, very good job filling in for David Quisenberry, and so I was pleased to see them do that. And they'll get better this week. Hopefully David's going to be back. I think he will be, but as it goes, I'm still confident in those 2 guys playing.
San Diego State has a pretty good 2-headed run game. How do you see that matching up with your run defense?
Well, I hope it doesn't. I hope they don't gain what they've been gaining. They're very good runners. Number 34 and number 4 can really run. Adam, I can't pronounce Adam's last name, Uemia, and Walter Kazizi. They're little shorter guys, but very stout, very quick. Remind me a lot of Rouse from Fresno State. Really quick, really athletic. I think they're both very similar to him and very good runners. We have to wrap them up. We have to gang tackle. We have to know how to fit the runs. They have some big tight ends, a good big offensive lineman. They have 2 athletic guards that they pull a lot. Very impressed with their offensive ability. I really am.
Obviously, the offense has been kind of the attention grabber the last couple of weeks, over 40 points, 500 yards. But to have 2 straight weeks with a defensive player of the week, are you seeing that this team is very balanced offense, defense? You guys got a lot of talent both sides?
Well, the better players you have, the more depth you have, the more experience you have, the more games you win. And we're getting to that point. Hopefully we just keep staying relatively healthy and are able to play a lot of guys. But I feel like we have a good front 7 on defense. I feel like we have a very good linebacking core, and offensively, I think we have weapons. And I think Brian and the offensive staff is doing a good job of utilizing all those weapons with all the guys catching the ball, the different guys running it, the different formations. And so if we can keep that going, I know Rocky. I have some answers for it. I'm pretty sure he'll try to pressure our quarterback a lot, and so we've got to have answers for their pressure.
I'm just wondering, what's your reaction to the top 25 vote in the USA Today poll that you guys got? Is it a little bit of motivation, fuel for the fire?
I think it's always great anytime you get any recognition, but our guys won't even think about it. I think to me what that's shown is we're gaining respect as far as our team, but also our league. Louisiana Tech and Utah State are out there showing their names and showing good. So I think as they do well too, and then we do a little bit better, it kind of makes everybody go, whoa, wait a minute. There's some pretty good teams in that league. We might need to give them a little bit more respect, maybe voting-wise, than we have. So I look at it as a league impact, not just us.
Coach, how do you plan to line up your defense to counter Ryan Katz, the quarterback for San Diego State? How do you plan to counter him in his game?
Well, he's able to – the thing that Ryan can do really well is he has an extremely strong arm, but he can really run. he really has a way to improvise and pull the ball down and run. So we're going to have to be able to keep him in the pocket and cover the ball downfield. He has a very strong arm. They throw a lot of deep balls, and that's something we've got to be prepared for and ready for off of play action and different things once they get the running game going. So they kind of get you in a dilemma there. So we've got to try to make them one-dimensional the best way we can, and hopefully we'll be able to stop the run well enough that we're able to not have to commit as many to the run and be able to play the pass a little bit better. But he can pull the ball down and run. So when you rush him, you got to make sure you're in the correct lanes, or he'll make you hurt, even if you're covering the guys.
This is the first week that Blake Church didn't have a rushing touchdown. Do you have plans for him to kind of mix up the game plan a little bit, try to get him in?
We ran him a few times last week, and I was teasing him after the game. I said, well, you didn't get your touchdown run this week. And we ran him a few times. He made a few good runs, and he threw the ball. So we'll just keep using him. There'll be times when people have it where he won't bust one, but I guarantee he'll bust some more before it's over. We're going to keep utilizing him. Yes.
Obviously, there's been a lot of positives so far this season. Is there any areas that are concerning you that you need to work on, or what are the areas that you need to focus on right now?
Well, I think we just need to be more consistent throughout the entire game. I think that we need to keep shoring up our return game. We haven't really busted a return yet. I'd like to be able to do that to kind of change the field position. I'd like to be able to do that, and I think the other thing that I think we need to be able to do is I think we need to be just keep getting more and more consistent with our running game, and if we can do that, that'll help us be able to run the clock some, be able to finish some games out. So I want us to keep growing in that area, and I think we are.
Coach, can you tell us one more time what's like the biggest difference, the thing that has had the most success in your defense between this year and last year?
Well, I think that our linebackers are extremely healthy, playing well. They're big, strong athletes. I think that's a big part of it. And then our front seven is very good, and we're able to rotate about 4 or 5 different defensive linemen in there, so we're able to stay fresh and we don't get worn down. And I think that's key. We haven't gotten worn down in a game yet. We're playing just as hard at the end as we are at the beginning. And I think that's a credit to our conditioning program, but I think it's a credit to our depth also. And that's the first time we've had that much depth on the D-line.
You had a huge passing game last week. 3 receivers over 100 yards. Can you talk about the depth at your position?
Yes, I think we have an excellent receiving core. I think we have 4 guys that I would consider all 4 of them starters. First of all, you'd have to start out with Noel Grigsby, the leading receiver in the history of the school. He just makes plays. He makes the catch he made on the sideline that they reviewed that was a phenomenal catch, and he does it all the time. And he's a leader and a team captain as a junior. Then you have Jabari Carr, who can make big play after big play, which he did Saturday. You have Chandler Jones, who run after catch is a lot of fun to watch, and he does a lot of good things from catching passes, from running reverses, covering kicks on kickoffs. And then Kyle Nunn is an excellent receiver. And as you can see, he has a good arm. We found out about that. I was teasing him one day. I said, what did you play in junior high and in elementary school? Pop Warner, played quarterback, because he looks like a quarterback. So we kept working with him, and sure enough, he set that thing up beautifully and threw a perfect pass. And so I think all 4 of those guys are very, very good. And then we have Chris Kearney and Sean Linton and some other guys behind that are good also. But those 4 get the main bulk of the playing time and rotate in and do a really good job. They can all play all the different spots, which makes them very versatile. They're very bright kids. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. That wraps it up for this week's press conference. Again, Saturday, September 22nd, San Jose State at San Diego State. 5 p.m. is game time at Qualcomm Stadium. That's it for this week. We look forward to seeing you next week for the San Jose State football press conference.